Hey guys, we're back, and today we're talking Star Wars Obi-Wan episodes 4 through 6.
That's right, everybody. Did Disney do our boy old Ben Kenobi justice in the finishing of this show? Stick around, because we're about to find out.
All right, Billy. Obi-Wan Kenobi 4 through 6.
Yeah, man.
Is it getting any better?
Yeah, I don't know if it got any better, but well, you know what? I tell you what, it went exactly how we thought it went as far as the third sister. You know, we called that. You know, I mean, I think pretty much anybody could call that from the beginning, but
yeah,
you know, tries to do a little bamboozle on old Darth and doesn't work out too well for her. You know,
I actually think the show gets a little bit better.
A little better.
I mean, they show you some cool stuff, but I think the story still struggles.
Yeah, the story definitely still struggles. I mean, I like that old Obi-Wan finally comes back into his own again, and you know gets the Obi-Wan we saw from the original trilogy where he was kicking Darth Maul's butt and all that good stuff. I'm glad he kicked Anakin's butt. I'm glad we got to see some more of that. But
yeah, see, that's one of my issues. I don't know why they started off making Obi-Wan weak, because we know he's gonna get his mojo back. Yeah, so why not just start off with him like being a force to be reckoned with, trying to stay on the low, and that way it makes more sense, because I don't know how much time has passed in these episodes, but it doesn't seem like much.
No, well,
and he goes from like not being able to know how to use the force whatsoever to being
a master of it.
Yeah. And I'm just like, you should have just had him had force powers. Yeah, exactly. And all that to begin with.
I tell you what, though, man. I mean, this whole show could have taken place in a matter of 30 minutes. The way Obi-Wan's able to jump from one planet to another. Like,
oh yeah, especially in that last episode.
Exactly.
I was like, is he gonna make it in time to like stand off like Luke against Reva?
Yeah, exactly.
And I thought he was, but he doesn't. But it ain't that much time.
He's close. Exactly. I was like, man, that's a fast light. He's like, damn, I know that hyperspeed or
yeah,
he's
got
fast,
time to fight Vader, because this is happening like concurrently. Yeah, and then he's like, I'm on my way. Don't worry, I'll be there in a jiffy.
I feel Luke's in danger. I'm gonna do it.
But episode 4 starts off with like an infiltration scene. What'd you think of all that?
Yeah, I thought they were trying to maybe pull a little Rogue One action there.
Yeah, a little bit.
Kind of the feel it gave me. I didn't think it was too bad. That was all right. And I like I can't think of her name. The actress, that did the infiltration is kind of working both sides. I like her. I enjoyed her in Rome. She did a great job. And I like her acting. I thought her character was okay in this.
I don't mind Talia.
I thought it was a shame the way she kind of went out in this, but she went out with a boom.
But
literally, she went out with a boom.
I don't know. She walks in, and then someone questioned her, and she's like, "Is that how you talk to like a superior officer?" And I'm kind of fine with that. I could see that. Maybe it's a big base. I guess everyone would know. Yeah. But then the problems for me start, because she just like sits down and like, I'll take over this Death Star, pushes the buttons, and
yeah.
Like if someone walked into my work, I work at a big place, like you could get so far, but once you start sitting at a desk, people are like, who the hell is this person?
Excuse me, what are you doing here?
Like you served in the military. If someone walked up that you didn't know in the military at a desk, would you be like, all right, well, crap.
Oh, no,
like a colonel, whatever.
You're asking questions immediately, And if it's colonel, then you're respectful about it. Hey, sir, how's it going? What are you doing here, But yeah, no, she just sat down and started doing her thing, and everybody's like,
check my email.
Okay. Yeah, but it's funny, but she was acting like she was being like all like sly about it, but like nobody cared. They were like just sitting there letting her do her thing, so.
Yeah, maybe I could buy it, but then she gets on the communicator and is like having open conversations and like
nobody's there.
Have you ever tried talking on your phone in an office and not having people listen or something? Like, it ain't really happening.
Yeah, exactly.
And she's talking to Obi-Wan pretty loud, and there are people like sitting next to her, and I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah, she'd have been toast.
Come on. It's kind of like this episode is a little Looney Toony.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll get to that a little bit later, but what'd you think of the interrogation scene with Reva and Leia? Little good cop, bad cop action.
Yeah, I mean, like she's about to get down on Leia, and then of course, the little alarm goes off, and it seemed like it saved Leia, a little bit there, but we've seen, we get to see, a couple sides of Reva in this last couple episodes, and in some of the scenes, just like, okay, she wouldn't do that to the kid, but then other scenes, like, maybe she would do that to a kid, you know? So
she tries to be nice and appeal to her, and then when that doesn't work, she tries to go, like, almost enhanced interrogation.
Oh, yeah.
Like, all right, fine, time to dissect you.
I try the nice way, kids. All right, I'm going to tie your little 10-year-old butt up here and start stabbing you, you know? And she just about got to it for that alarm went off. And it looked like she was going to go through with this. That's what I'm saying. It looked like she was like, no problem, was down with it. I'm like, all right, kid.
Yeah, and that might bring up, like, other issues with her character arc a little later on.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
So,
yep.
I don't know. I thought the scene was okay. I didn't really mind it one way or another. I mean, it's kind of expected at this point, you know?
Yeah. No, exactly.
She tries to use a little Kylo Ren, like, mind, like, absorption on her or whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm. She's like, I don't need you to tell me. I can get it out of
But
your
Leia
head.
too strong for that, apparently.
That's right. And the funny thing is, Leia's too strong for that, and nobody still realizes this kid's got force powers. It's like, this kid's doing...
They can't even sense
This kid's
it.
got, like, a great intuition, you know, throughout the whole show. She can sense what's going on, and nobody's like, you know what, man, there's something going on with this kid here. Man, this kid got some force powers. Yeah, like, you know, third sister never senses it. Freaking Kenobi never says Kenobi senses it or not, but he knows she's a child of a Jedi, so why would he have to say it, you know? So, but... yeah, I thought that was a little weird. Yeah,
and then it gets a little off for me because they rescue Leia, and then, like, Obi-Wan tries to fit her in his coat. And that's like an episode of Scooby-Doo. You know where Scooby-Doo's, like, dressed as a woman, and you're like, this is stupid. And that's how this felt to me.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely,
like,
man.
She doesn't fit under there. You look awkward. You look like you're from, like, Hanna-Barbera land. Like, what the heck?
Yeah, exactly. Well, and the thing is, even like when they're out and about, like some of the clothes she's wearing are like bright and stuff. I'm like, dude, put that kid in some rags, man. Like, we doing letting a kid run around with these bright clothes. Put that kid in some rags. You know, put a couple freaking, you know, hoods over yourself. Make yourself look like poor people and go on that way, you know. Because more the way you're hiding under her coat, people are gonna be like,
yeah, people are like, that's not natural.
That ain't normal.
I think if you just like held her hand and was walking, they'd be like, I don't know, well. I don't know what's going on here. Maybe they got her under control or detention or something. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's more questionable when you're trying to like hide her under the coat. It's just ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
The other like ridiculous part is, you know, like all these alarms are going off and they're ousted. So like someone could go, well, it didn't work, but it was just a goofy plan to begin with. Yeah. But there are all kind of alarms going off. Everyone's on high alert, and then like two snow speeders or whatever you want to call them come in and like save the day. But this place don't have any like TIE fighters or nothing scrambled to prevent these guys from. I mean, there is an alarm going off, and they didn't say like scramble the TIE fighters.
No, they did have third sister throw like a giant trash can or something.
Yeah, apparently that was enough on one of them.
Yeah, blew the one up. Yeah.
That was a little odd. Poor Wade didn't make it out.
Yeah, couldn't make it. That giant trash can hit him in his ass.
Sacrifice.
And blew him up, man.
What are those things made out of? Tinfoil? I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't know what they...
But yeah, then Vader comes in and Reva's in some trouble.
Oh yeah.
What do you think about Vader just going around choking women all the time?
Well, sometimes
what kind of work? What is HR doing on this place? Like, oh my God, he did it again.
Vader, you can't do that, you know.
No one questions this. He's just choking people left and right. And they're like, I shouldn't have messed up. He warned you.
Vader, you know. Nah, man. Well, you know, and one of the things is too, you know, it's like the whole time he's known she's gonna backstab him, but he just keep carrying her along for the ride.
Yeah.
He's like carrying her along for the ride, you know, like whatever. I'll play with this kid, you know, and play some mind games with her. Let her think she's gonna have a little upper hand on me here, because I guess at the end of the day, you know, he was able to use her to an extent to get what he wanted out of her, right? He was able to use her to get Obi-Wan, you know, captured for him and stuff like that, but he could have done that himself, I guess, or somebody else.
Why couldn't he? Why couldn't the other people do it?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Because then I guess it wouldn't have made good for the show as much. I guess I don't know, man.
So of course there's a tracking device, but it's like you thought this whole thing through, and this is how you foresaw it going.
But not only is it a tracking device, but it's an evil track. It makes the
robot's got to have red eyes because it's bad now.
It makes the robot evil. Yeah.
If it had like blue eyes, it'd be like, oh my God.
Then that's no good tracking. You know, you can't track blue-eyed robots. It's got to have red eyes.
Thank God no one saw that, like red light or something. She went out of her way to reprogram this thing to have this red light.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
In his eyes, yeah.
Yeah. Then we get into like the next episode. Yeah. I thought this episode 4 was kind of a downer a little bit, the way it just ended with the goofiness and stuff. Of course, anytime you see Vader, it's always good, but I don't know.
Yeah, but then you do, like I said, you have what's her name go out with a bang there, and that was kind of
in the next episode.
Oh, the next episode. Yeah, I guess that's true. But Talia, yeah. Either way, man, I was kind of disappointed to see that.
I actually liked her, and I liked the way she did go out, though.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool. I mean, she went out like a boss, you know. Mm-hmm. But you know, it was just kind of. I liked her character, and I think I'd like to see her more. You know, I'm like, man, it kind of sucks they took her out, but
yeah. So the next episode,
she did like a boss.
Yeah, they're in that little base, and they're trying to buy time.
Mm-hmm.
And then Leia crawls in the little crawl space to fix things, like she knows what she's doing now.
Yeah, that kid, man, kid's a freaking mechanical genius, you know.
Only she could fit in there, of course.
Yeah,
so.
Of course.
And like I thought she was gonna fix the robot, and then the robot would like unscrew what it did. I think that. See, that's where it just would make more sense to me. But they just go the goofy route all the time in this.
The kid just jumps in there and knows exactly what to do. Boom, bang, done. You know. Or how about when they're this part got me, man. So when they're tricking Vader, right, and they have the first ship kind of take off and hover there a little bit and go, and then Vader pulls it down. And then as he pulls it down, he's ripping apart. The next one just like, whoop, and zooms out. Like,
gotcha.
It's like, how the hell? It's like, how the hell did that one zoom out so quick? You know, it's like this other one.
That one was like perfectly hidden too, like behind the other one. Like it was weird.
Oh yeah, it was really weird, man. And the fact that
it was almost like they showed like Vader couldn't even imagine seeing two ships there. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you couldn't see the other one evidently. Yeah,
because it'd be like, which one do I choose? I guess I'll go for the closest one. But that brings up some issues. I mean, it was a cool scene. I love. We've seen that in the video games. Him do that. But the problem is, like, why didn't he do that with the Millennium Falcon? There was several other times he could have done that trick. That's why I'm just like that. Almost seems too much.
Just like
we've seen it earlier in the fire.
Yeah, exactly. Just like he didn't push the fire away or just walk right through the fire.
He could have pulled Obi-Wan too. You could pull a whole like transport vehicle down, but you can't pull Obi-Wan too.
Exactly. There's a lot of flaws in this, man. A lot of flaws. And
Reva's
obvious flaws.
Talking to Obi-Wan through the door, and she's just like up to it, like rubbing, having a conversation. And the stormtroopers, I guess, are like,
yeah, they're cool.
Okay, yeah, I don't know what she's doing, but
it's all right. Yeah.
She's having a private conversation here. No biggie.
Yeah, it's okay. You know, or even whenever she's like talking in the middle of the stormtroopers after the fact, right? And she's kind of talking about her devious crap, and like nobody is hearing her, and hearing that she's about to betray him. And I was like, she's talking pretty loud there. I was like, what the hell's going on? But yeah, I don't know.
And then we kind of hear. She knows who Vader is, but guess what? Vader knows who she is.
Exactly.
So we kind of like get what they're doing with
like,
Reva's
you think you bamboozled me, third sister? No, I bamboozled you.
So are we to believe that Vader knows who she is this whole time, and he's just keeping her around, even though he knows at some point he's gonna get stabbed in the back?
Yeah.
For what purpose, though? So she can find Obi-Wan, but the Inquisitors probably could do it too. Are you saying like only she can find Obi-Wan?
Because they could use the same tactics she was using and found him.
And I don't get like why she's so strong, like trying to find all these. Like, what is her plan for Vader? Like, just when he's not looking, stab him in the back.
Evidently, because that's what she tried to do. that's exactly what she tried to do.
I mean, at least Obi-Wan has a decent plan.
The funniest part about it is, you know, she's trying to sneak up and stab him in the back, but then she's like, ah! She yells before she's swinging. Like, what the hell are you doing? They're slick about that. Of course, Vader's gonna catch you.
Now, I will say that was a pretty badass scene with Vader and her fighting.
Oh, yeah,
like,
that was cool.
I thought it was really cool. Vader doesn't even bother, like, using his lightsaber. He's like, I don't even need that thing for you.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed that part. And then, like, when she gets stabbed, I'm like, yes, let's just get rid of this character. We don't need her anymore. But
nope.
Of course, that's not the end of it.
Oh, yeah, of course not, man. You know they ain't doing that.
So we've seen Qui-Gon Jinn get stabbed, and he dies like seconds later. Yeah. But this girl, not even really an issue.
No problem at all, man. She's like back up and at it, and not even like really hurt. You know, I mean, I guess towards in the next episode when she's fighting with Owen and them, they're kind of like pushing on her sore spot. And she's like, but the fact that she's up walking around and even able to fight after being stabbed through the gut like that is like, I don't know if that's possible.
Owen got that little weakness thing going on. He's like,
see that girl? What?
Yeah, I don't know, and they are trying to turn her around, but like
we called
she has done so much at this point. Like
she cutting random people's hands off, killing people. Just to get to Vader.
Yeah, and your whole plan is like, I'm gonna do all this heinous stuff just to get revenge for the heinous stuff you've done.
Exactly. Which is what ends up turning her around at the end, finally realizing that. And so you just now realizing that.
It's a poorly written story, if you ask me.
No, I agree.
And when you think about like Reva this whole time? Like, what did she add to this series? Because she never completed anything she did. So what was the point of her?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
It's almost like the point of her was just to introduce her, provide some backstory, and save her for something else in the future.
Probably. That's probably exactly what it is. Because, because Obi-Wan ends up saying, hey, you're free to do whatever you want now. Go be the person you want to be, at the end there. So, yeah, no, I think you're right. I think they've got probably some other plans for her, maybe her own show or something, or, throwing her.
But she never, accomplishes her mission or does much at the end of the day when you think about it.
Maybe she's going to play a big role in the Resistance.
She didn't really help Obi-Wan out too much.
Yeah, no.
Because he was already like escaping, and then she confronts Vader. So she didn't really do a whole lot. Vader's like, oh!
Yeah. He's just like, can't believe her screaming. I'm like, what the hell is going on? What the hell is wrong with these writers? Who the hell screams at somebody if they're trying to sneak up on them, stabbing them back? I don't get that, man.
I don't know. So what are your lasting thoughts on Obi-Wan?
Well, let's finish off, So, you get that final battle scene with him and Vader, right? And finally Obi-Wan all of a sudden is the master of the Force again and starts kicking the crap out of Vader.
Yeah, I mean, he's being smothered by rocks, and somehow there's a big cavity he's just hanging out. Yeah. I don't know how that works.
But they did cover the kind of thing we talked about in the beginning about the whole, if whenever they met in New Hope and Obi-Wan or Vader's like, last time we met, you were the master and I was the apprentice. Vader calls Obi-Wan master in this one.
Yeah.
So there you go.
I'm not really buying that. You can say that and go, we said it, so therefore it's still valid. But no.
Yeah, exactly. No.
I did think it was kind of cool, the planet they were on, because it really showcased the glow of the lightsabers and obviously provided all these rocks that can be thrown. But
what didn't kill me too, right, is you got Vader pulling down damn spaceships and ripping them open and shit, but Obi's throwing some rocks at him and he's just doing this crap it's like, what?
Yeah, he kind of shuts down a little bit, and he's not even trying.
No, and I guess maybe they're trying to make it like, okay, Obi-Wan is getting to him mentally or something, but still, it's like, nah, man.
I just didn't buy that.
No, I didn't either.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I thought it was pretty cool seeing Darth Vader all jacked up.
Oh, yeah,
that was pretty cool.
That was awesome, yeah, seeing a helmet cut open.
I mean, I liked how he was kind of talking with the Hayden Christiensen voice, awesome. And then Vader at the same time a little bit, which
that
was cool.
Was cool. That was really cool. I love how they did that, right? Because his voice thing just kind of screwing up some. Yeah, I thought it was really cool when they did that.
I also don't like how Obi-Wan still refers to, Anakin as kind of like a good man. He's responsible for a lot of bad stuff. Mm-hmm. I don't care if he was a good man to a certain point. He's not a good man.
No.
You know what I mean?
Not at all.
I guess he did a lot of good stuff for previous wars and stuff,
Wars
but
and all that, yeah. Skywalker.
He decimated all the Jedis and stuff.
Yeah, and kids.
Yeah.
And kids.
Built up the Empire.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of cool seeing
for a lot of death and destruction.
They throw a lot of nostalgia at you. In this one, they show the Emperor. They show Qui-Gon Jinn. What did you think of all that?
That's the funny thing too, right? We had to wait till the very end to see Qui-Gon, and then Qui-Gon's like, "I've been here the whole time, man. You just weren't able to see me." And it's like, what?
I mean, it's kind of great seeing Liam Neeson.
Oh, that was awesome
again.
Yeah. And one thing is, you kind of knew it was coming. Right? I knew it's something all right, when are we going to see Qui-Gon? They've been talking it up since the first episode. At some point, we're going to see Qui-Gon. So it was cool. Qui-Gon. So it was really cool to see him there at the end. And of course, it's always cool to see Liam Neeson. But. Yeah, we should have a little more Qui-Gon during the show, though. But I don't know. I guess they're leaving it open for more.
I kind of wish Reva was not in this, and that was replaced with an Inquisitor, and we got more of Inquisitor action with Obi-Wan or something like that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I think that would have been more meaningful. Halfway through, you had that Obi-Wan Inquisitor kind of battle or something like that.
Yeah, you're right. We didn't get any of that.
And I think it would just been better if he had those powers all along. That way, it's not quite a dynamic shift especially what happens at the end of this. He knows nothing, and now he's able to take down Vader pretty handedly in the end.
Kick Vader's butt in the end.
Yeah, so I thought it would have been better if he was just a pretty powerful Jedi from the get-go.
No, absolutely.
So,
that ain't how they wrote it, unfortunately.
So what do you rate this? Compared to the 1 through 3, especially.
It's definitely better than 1 through 3, without a doubt. I mean, overall, I don't think we rate shows like this. I think we just kind of more talk about them. But I mean, it was worth watching the end for the nostalgia factor. I think you mentioned that. It was cool seeing Qui-Gon again. It was cool seeing the Emperor talking to Vader a little bit.
I did enjoy the Reva Vader fight. It was cool seeing Vader jacked up.
Well, and then they kind of made it out at the end there, when. Because Vader was still okay, I'm still going to get Obi-Wan, but then the way the Emperor was talking to him is almost like the Emperor is oh, are you sure you're going to do this, or are you just going to, let it go, because if he's like you still seem pretty connected to Obi-Wan. And then he's like, Obi-Wan means nothing to me. So I was trying to figure out if the Emperor was just trying to tell him to leave it alone, let Obi-Wan go, because the more you're thinking about him, the more it's messing with your head.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I think that's kind of what the Emperor was getting
But Vader can't let Obi-Wan go.
Oh, yeah, no, man.
Too much history there.
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess he did, because they didn't come back together again until he was an old man, Which really was only like 8 years later. So, yeah. And Obi-Wan let him take him out. Also, he's kind of put his guard down and said, all right, kill me, Darth.
Yeah, that's true.
Kill me. So, yeah, I don't know, man. Anyway,
that's where I struggle, because I don't think this adds a lot of good backstory for the characters we're already familiar with. If anything, I actually think it hurts it, because I think it makes some of those other scenes not make a whole lot of sense. And anytime you probably watch the original now, that's going to be in the back of your mind. You're like, no. But at the same time, it's really cool seeing Vader and Obi-Wan fight and things like that. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give it. It's definitely positives for that. I mean, the last episode of those two battling it out was cool. I mean, the earlier episodes, fights of Vader and Obi-Wan sucked. Quite honestly, it was just ridiculous seeing Obi-Wan just getting tossed around like ragdoll and being scared of Vader and not, just not being able to use the Force powers. And then all of a sudden he wakes up and he can use them like a master again. I mean, that was kind of stupid, like you were talking about earlier. They should have just had him be able to do that the whole time.
They needed to tighten up a lot.
But I did appreciate finally getting to see the good Vader Obi-Wan fight. Like I said, Vader getting jacked up and his mask getting cut off, and then again the vocal thing was awesome. I really love the vocal thing. If anything, that probably was what did it for me in that last episode, was just hearing the the mixture of Anakin and Vader's voices together. I thought it was freaking awesome.
Yeah, if I had to rate this, I'd probably give it a 5 out of 10 on the whole series.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Is it better than Boba Fett?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No. I think that last episode was a lot better than most of the Boba Fett episodes.
Yeah.
But overall, the whole show, no, I don't think the show was better.
See, I didn't really enjoy Boba Fett too much. I love the Cad Bane. That's a highlight for me. And in this, I like that. Probably the final episode, Qui-Gon, Darth Vader, and all that stuff. So, I mean, they're pretty on par with me.
Yeah, and neither one of them stack at the Mandalorian. So
that's true.
That was still by far. And that's what made freaking Boba Fett, some of those episodes good. The Mandalorian was in them, right? So
yeah, and I recommend for Disney just kind of stay away from like the original characters and stuff and just work on new stories. That way you avoid like continuity issues to begin with.
Exactly. Well, there you have it, folks. That's Obi-Wan wrapped up, and I think they made it sound like they might be making more episodes at some point.
They're talking about season 2 of Obi-Wan. Like everyone seems down for it, but I'm like, let's get away from Obi-Wan, especially because there's too much stuff going on.
Exactly. But hey, whatever, man. Disney's gonna do what Disney's gonna do and screw up characters all they want. So all we can do is. Well, we don't have to watch it, but we do for some reason. We watch it anyway.
We love Star Wars, so it sucks us in, so,
But hey, guys, please tell us what you thought about this. We'd love to talk to you and hear your thoughts on it. How you thought about the whole Obi-Wan being weak, and then all of a sudden he's got the Force back like he's a boss, and I don't know, man. But we will check you guys at our next review.
See you guys.
Where you been? You want to meet him?
I hate you, but you want to meet him? You want to break any more continuity before we end this thing? You want to cause some more continuity? Why don't you light up a lightsaber in front of him?
That's right.
Show him some Force powers, because that wouldn't make sense in the future. So you think like the stormtroopers are like, bro, what do you think he is? And they'd be like, he's got a lot of bass in his voice, man. Right. I don't know.
That's a brother underneath that mask, I'm telling you.
They get some black stormtrooper going up and be like, what's up, brother? I tested him the other day, man. He didn't take the bait.
He choked me. Some of it choked me and threw me. Get that weak shit out of here.
I don't know what he is, man. You don't mess with him, I know that. He's black on the outside. That's all I know. Like HR department, like, yeah, you see Vader like choke? He choked a woman, a black woman. Yeah, right. I'd like to report that. Oh, yeah. We're aware of this, but
go ahead and report it, right? We'll make sure your name's on the report. And when it goes with the chain, and by the way, he's at the top of the chain.
He'd be like, I like the whistle blow, and I'm under protection.
You think Vader can't read your mind?
Yeah, you're protected unless, of course, he reads your mind. Then you're in trouble.
Then you just screwed.
I'd like to retract everything I said.
Or if he reads my mind or anybody else's mind that knows it's you, you're screwed.
Like a stormtrooper coming, we're not that good shots. Maybe we should do like some target practice sometime. Like, it's not in the budget. Yeah, we're building super weapons around here. I don't got time for you to do no training.
Blasters.
You seen the whole thing? You're pretty familiar with it, but you don't know Reva? Whatever. We winging it today.
Wing it.
A man with no notes ever. It's all in here. all in here. I'm the notes guy, even though I didn't take good notes. Old Ben Kenobi.